But when enough biology gathers together, it actually can tell itself, its community, its city, its universe, that we're missing electricians. Okay? We got to make a bunch more electricians because it's the electrician that's setting this up and doing this. And there's not enough there. And in quorum sensing, they can actually find that genetic code that exists somewhere in your soil structure and a water molecule or wherever it happens to be, and create those electricians, create those miners, create those lumberjacks, etc., to go out and mine that sand, silt, clay, the organic material, to bring those components together, to bring those molecules together to make the certain cells that that animal is created from, whether that's a worm. A simple worm has how many hundreds of thousands or millions or trillions of cells, depending on the size of the worm. It's all cells. And it can all be brought together one cell at a time to build something that doesn't exist in your soil structure. Mother Nature wants her balance. She wants you to have an ecosystem in your garden, in your yard. She wants you to have that powerhouse. She wants you to taste that apple, okay, that orange, that peach, that pear, that melon. She wants this vibrancy to be available to you, to your biology, to your health and wellness. She wants that for you. We want that for our gardens. We want that health, that wellness, that vibrant life to be there. So you want to make that powerhouse. You want to have all the components you can possibly have, not just in your soil, but in the environment. You want, one or two birdhouses. You want, pollinator plants that attract pollinators. You want to put in bee balm, a plant that the bees love. Okay, you want to attract that life, because with that life comes energy. Hey, rhythms, that life, that vibrancy is going to create that powerhouse of growth and vitality, where you, the gardener, can go out, get a big smile on your face because you're watching this amazing growth. You get out there and you get that energy. You become part of that powerhouse. You fit right in because you're bringing joy and happiness. You're bringing that energetic flow that's coming out of you and going out into your garden. And those plants can recognize your energy. It's been proven now that plants have more sensory perception than us humans. We only got 5 senses. They got like 7 or 8 or something like that. Okay? They can tell you if you're wearing a yellow shirt in the garden. Okay? You better hope that they like yellow, right? But that life, that energy that surrounds those plants is a function of how healthy the plants are. The healthier the plants are, the more energy there is, the more vibrancy there is. I know that a good friend, a co-host on the OG's Power Hour, Mr. Toad, Tony, blessed guy, is amazing knowledge, etc. But when he got depressed, he went and he sat in his garden and allowed that energy from his garden to permeate into him and take him from a dark space to a light space. The garden is a place of meditation. It's a place of abundant energy if you've created that powerhouse. Now he has. He's got that life. He's got that energy in his garden. Why do people build Zen gardens? Okay? Because they want to sit there and they want to enjoy. They want to breathe in that vibrant air. Remember, every breath you take is filled with biology. It's filled with life. We want to make it filled with positive energy that's going to affect us to a higher level, to make us that much more healthy and happy and vibrant. We want to become that powerhouse too. I want to be a powerhouse. Okay. I want to be able to do all the stuff. I want to be able to laugh and dance and, you know, jump around, do cartwheels. Oh, I'd kill myself, but I want to do cartwheels. Okay. It's so enjoyable when you get out into nature and you can start to feel that energy. You can go and hug a tree. Do you know how much energy a tree has gathered into its life, into its cells? When you're talking trillions and trillions of cells, there's an abundance of energy there if it's healthy and happy. You know, Andy Lopez and I on Wednesday nights talk about that. He's, you know, a professional arborist. He sees these things where the trees aren't healthy. They don't have that vibrant life. And he looks down at dirt instead of soil. He looks at subsoil because all the soil that was on top of it has washed away, has been removed. Okay. And he needs to start at the beginning. He feeds the tree by doing a foliar application to keep the tree half-assed healthy, you know, basically putting the tree on intravenous. Okay. And then he starts working on the soil to try to bring that life back in, to try to bring, you know, the mulch in, the compost in, you know, all these components that are necessary to be able to have that as a functional growth for the trees, for your garden, for your powerhouse. Without those base components, it's pretty tough. If you're not eating, you know, food, it's pretty tough for your cells to grow and divide and be happy, because where are those components coming from? Same with your garden. Where are those components coming from? Do you have mulch down? Do you have an abundance of organic material for the biology to break down, recycle back into the growth of your plant? If you don't, you can never have a powerhouse. If you don't have the necessary components available, then you're doing yourself and your garden 100% disservice. If you're leaving bare soil exposed to the elements, exposed to the sun, the wind, and it's drying out, the biology is going to sleep, becoming anaerobic, or not anaerobic, hydrophobic, where it's not going to grab that moisture. It's got to go to sleep because there isn't enough moisture there. You're taking out a lot of your workforce. Your workforce is going on vacation because they don't have water to live. They need that water too. Just like we're over 90% water, so is the biology. If they're drying out and not able to work, you're doing yourself a disservice. You can't have a powerhouse. It's not going to happen. You have to have and understand you need to supply living quarters for your biology. That's your organic material. That's your mulch. And if you're using compost, guys, compost is not a mulch. You want to put your compost down, then you want to put your mulch layer on top. And Mobius, exactly, a microclimate. When you put the compost on, you put the mulch on, that compost layer, you've created a microclimate, a much moister microclimate that the vibrant life is going to flourish in, because it doesn't have to dry out. It doesn't have to go to sleep. It can keep working. It can keep growing. It can keep making more biology to build more cells for your plant, more biology to mine the sand, silt, clay, and organic material. The more you have, the faster things grow. The more you have, the healthier things grow.